In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I plan to level up my violin playing skills in 2025. And I've already started implementing this plan for over a month, and I've seen such a dramatic growth in my skills. Not only that, by following this plan, I've increased my confidence in other areas of my life just because of the massive growth I've been making. And I've just become a more happier person. Just look at this cool piece I'm playing. If you follow this plan, which I'm going to show you in this video, you'll be making 10 times more progress than what you're already making on the violin. So the first step is to set some goals as to what you want to achieve this year. Ask yourself what you want to accomplish musically. This could be like getting into a certain orchestra, an audition, or just playing a certain piece for a family member. For me, it's to get into the highest orchestra in my school. And keep it somewhat realistic. I say somewhat because you're going to be making progress over the year. So don't choose a goal that you can accomplish right now. Try to choose something that's a bit harder, but don't make it too unrealistic. Like, if you've been playing violin for a year, don't expect to be playing the Mendelssohn Concerto in a year. That's not reasonable. Okay, the second part of the plan is to create systems so that you actually achieve these goals. Do you know why 99% of people never achieve their New Year's goals? It's because they never create systems so that they can actually go about it. Let's say you want to start going to the gym. Unless you have a specific way, like after work at 5 p.m., I'm going to drive directly to the gym, or I'll have a personal trainer to keep me accountable, things like that. Unless you have that sort of system, you'll never be consistent as a beginner. So we have to do something very similar to your practicing. Set your who, what, where, when, why, and how for practicing. For instance, I'm gonna practice violin at 8 p.m. every night before I go to bed at my home, at my bedroom, by starting off with scales and then moving on to my solo. This is a system. So when you create a system, you're way more likely to actually practice. But having a plain system won't get you that far unless you romanticize it. Romanticizing something is like adding a bit of spice to it. That's what makes it really interesting. It's a little hard to explain, so let me start off with an example. A couple of years ago, I started weightlifting, and I honestly didn't like it that much when I started. But I wanted to keep going because I was super skinny at the time. What changed the way I actually view weightlifting was that I visualized to myself that all I am is just muscle. Like, I would say these weird things, like, all I am is just muscle. I am a bodybuilder. All I eat is protein. Things like that. And I would watch a ton of fitness content regarding bodybuilders and how much fun they're having at the gym. And I kind of liked the vibe of that. So because of that, I started associating weightlifting as fun. And this made me so consistent that in 6 months, I gained a solid 40 pounds just by that. So the secret to staying consistent with anything is just romanticizing the process. So how can you apply this? You can say to yourself, I'm a pro violinist. I love practicing. My fingers were designed for practicing. Go as crazy as you want. And something I do is I associate myself with other violinists because I'm in many orchestras and I have access to other people like me. So something you can do is hang out with other people who are interested in the violin. So try to associate practicing as fun, and this will get you some insane results, trust me. Also, it would mean the world to me if you could hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to hit 10 subscribers by the end of January. Thanks. Now, the third part of the plan is to identify stretch pieces and maintenance pieces. A maintenance piece is something that you can play at a pretty easy level, Like it doesn't challenge you that much, feels just right. On the other hand, a stretch piece is something that's pretty challenging, but with practice, you could probably get it right. You want to incorporate both of them this year so that you get more progress in. I would go in a 2-to-1 ratio by having 2 stretch pieces and 1 maintenance piece. The reason for the 1 maintenance piece is that if everything challenges you, you'll feel overwhelmed. And music is really for the joy of it. It's to express things that cannot be conveyed through words. And that's what you're doing as a violinist, spreading the intricacies of human existence through sound waves. And that's truly beautiful. If you're an adult beginner violinist struggling to learn violin online, click on the top link in the description so that you can learn from me personally and skyrocket your violin progress. If not, click and watch this video here. Thanks.